Hi. If you're anything like us, your exercise recently has been reduced to taking short walks in the very close vicinity to your home. We do have a park quite close by, but we've been trying to avoid it, partly because we think it might be crowded, and also because I have no confidence in my ability to stop the children going on the playground equipment if we go to the park, and we just think that will cause a row. We don't want to get in our car and drive to local areas of interest, and so we're walking in the streets around our house. And for us, that means really walking in streets most of the time, walking up pavements, walking, threading our way between cars, walking up and down ginnels and alleyways at the back of houses. It's not a very exciting walk. It's not terribly attractive. And by now, several weeks in, it started to feel a bit samey. So if you're in our position, you might be looking for some ideas to cheer up your walk and liven things up a little bit. So I thought it might be good to talk about that today. One of the things that we've done on our walks is to do scavenger hunts. So it's just to basically look for things while we're out and have a target of things we're going to look for and count or make note of while we're out and about. This started really simple with just counting animals that we saw, whether in real life or animal sculptures in people's gardens or people's pets sitting on windowsills. We've also downloaded some printed scavenger hunts. This is a good time to be looking for signs of spring. We found a really nice spring scavenger hunt on Twinkle. Now, Twinkle at the moment are doing a special offer during the COVID-19 crisis to support families that are home learning. You can get enhanced membership for Twinkle. So a lot of the resources that would previously have been paid for would be available free. They've got an offer on and an offer code, which is UK Twinkle Help. So if you want to go on Twinkle and have a look for scavenger hunts on there, they have a nice one for signs of spring. It's just a sheet with pictures on. You can just print it out, take it with you and tick off what you see on your walk. And they have another one, a more general nature one, which might be challenging if you live in quite an urban area, but it's amazing how much nature you can see when you peep over people's garden walls. That does get you a few funny looks sometimes, but a cheery wave and a smile will normally fix all of that. It might be possible for you to collect things while you're out as well, to collect pebbles and stones and twigs and fallen leaves and interesting bits of nature you see lying around, not to pick them, but to find them if they've fallen. If you bring these home, these can be used for sorting and matching activities. They can be used for creating nature art. They can be bound together and made into some kind of 3D design. So there are ways to use found objects in nature that you might pick up while you're out on your walk. There are also ways to use pebbles and stones. You'll have seen in the last couple of years there's been a lot of interest in painted pebbles and painted stones. This is still something that we can be doing. So if you encourage children to look for stones while you're out on your walk, bring them home and paint them. You can perhaps pop them out with positive messages next time you're out on your walk. One of the things that we would normally do at this time of year is an Easter egg hunt, and we would normally just do it in our back garden. It's quite small, but we can manage an Easter egg hunt in it. But we thought this year it would be important to do something a little bit different. So we actually did our Easter egg hunt early this year. We did it a weekend early. And we went for a walk as a family. My partner walked a little way in front and surreptitiously dropped Easter eggs in various places as we went round. My youngest child didn't even notice him doing that, and she was incredibly excited to pick up these eggs. We actually managed a much longer walk than we usually would because the children were so distracted with picking up Easter eggs. So if you're used to that kind of fun, that's still something you can enjoy doing this year if you've been able to get hold of Easter eggs for them. There are ways to practice also numeracy skills while you're out walking. Now, I realise it might be the Easter holidays, you might not be that keen on doing lots of learning, but if you look at the house numbers on the doors nearby to you, you might be able to practice skip counting in twos. You might be able to talk about odd and even numbers. You might be able to practice reading street signs and other signs that are around the place. You might be able to count, for instance, the steps that each member of your family takes to walk from one lamppost to another. And you might practice doing that with the smallest steps that you can manage, and then do it again with the biggest steps that you can manage. See who can take the least number of steps to get from one lamppost to another. You might be able to set challenges. Can you hop from one lamppost to another, or skip, or bounce like a frog, or in some other way get from one lamppost to another in a way that isn't just plain walking? If your children are a little bit older and hopping and skipping and scavenger hunts for flowers is not really their thing, you can enhance the scavenger hunt idea by taking a camera with you on your walk. So if it's possible for you to split your family and go on your walk in two groups, if there are two adults at home, why not have one adult and one of your children go on one walk, and then the other adult, and if there are more children, the other children go on another walk. The first group, while they're out, they take a camera and they photograph everyday objects on the walk, but from unusual angles, super close up, or from underneath, or from directly above. And then you bring the photographs home. If you can, you print them. And then when the rest of the family go on the same walk, the challenge is to find the things that have been photographed, which should be a bit difficult and a bit more interesting if they've been photographed from different angles. This could be a Kickstarter for a nice art project for somebody to do as well. There are a lot of free online courses at the moment. I've seen a really good one, a 4-week online course in photography. So if your youngster shows an interest in photography, taking photographs of things from unusual angles might be a good start to a photography project. If you're feeling really brave, I'm definitely not brave enough for this, but if you're feeling really brave, why not go for a walk in fancy dress and award a prize for the person with the bravest fancy dress? Rest assured, if your area is anything like mine, you won't see that many people while you're out walking to embarrass you in your weird clothes. So these are some ideas for making your walk a little bit more interesting. We would love to hear your ideas, though. I'm sure you've done loads of brilliant things while you're out on your walks. Please do share them with us. Share your ideas with other parents. We're all in this together. We're all going through the same thing at the moment. So if you have had any great ideas of ways to liven up your walks and make them more interesting, please do share them with us. A colleague at work told me today that she and her little boy had made binoculars out of toilet roll middles and had been using them to spy nature and use them as pretend binoculars while they were out walking. So there really are lots of different things you can be doing. Please do share your ideas with us. I'll be back again with some more tips soon.